to the Serengeti. We fucking hate Triple H. It's gonna leave a mark. Oh yeah, man.
To proceed with caution.
It's basic mathematics, man.
Shut up, bitch. Give me a fucking mic.
Hey, yo.
Let's get into it. Let me tell you.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom 20 review is here. All right, I know some of you guys been waiting for it. We're going straight into it. Got a lot to talk about here. So we start off with the kickoff match. All right, for the World TV Championship, we have Chris Brooks from DDT going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion. He's a fucking head banger, 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 banger. ELP, all right, El Phantasmo. He needs his old theme song back that I'm a fucking head banger, 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 banger. That shit goes too fucking hard, man. That's just E-L-P, or E-L, no. Like, that's nothing for me. But this was a decent opening match. Chris Brooks, I see people saying, reminds them of like a young Alex Shelley, which I mean, I can kind of see it. I get it. You know, apparently these two have history together, right? And you can tell we have ELP paying homage to Bret Hart, like doing the elbow that Bret Hart used to do off the second rope, right? Rocking the pink and black. But we're gonna fast forward to the finish. ELP hits that Thunder Kiss 86. This was called, which I don't know about the 86, but I do know about that 65, if you know what I mean, right? That springboard body splash for the 1, 2, 3, and still World Television Champion ELP. Nice way to start the show. Then we move on to the another openweight 6-man tag team championship Rambo. I will say this: last year's Rambo was way better than this year's, in my opinion. All right, I'm not gonna break down all the participants in this match. All right, it's a little bit of a clusterfuck here and there. But we're going to fast forward to the finish. The last two remaining teams, on one end you have Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Ole Bolton going up against the Mighty Don't Kneels, or aka the Young Punks. That's Zack Sabre Jr., Ryohei Owa, and Hartley Jackson. Alright, basically Zack Sabre Jr. rolls up Oleg with the European clutch for the 1, 2, 3, and never openweight 6-man tag team champions, the Mighty Don't Kneels, Young Punks. Congratulations. Right now, my pick were the Knockout Brothers, all right, with Clark Connors. All right, now I guess I didn't take into account that Connors' contract is like up in the air. We don't know if he's going to re-sign or not, or if he's headed to AEW or TNA or where the fuck he's going to go. All right, but it was cool to see him and Tekla out together. That was nice little touch. But I'm a fan of the Knockout Brothers. I want them to win, but GG's. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so I ain't gonna knock Zack Sabre Jr. doing his thing. So good for them. Moving on to the next match, and that is for the IWGP Women's Championship and the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, title for title. All right, whoever wins takes all. All right. The World of Stardom belt was not on the line here. You have the reigning, defending, undisputed New Japan Strong Women's Champion, the Phoenix Queen, or as I like to call her, the Dark Phoenix. All right, I just put her over on Dream Queendom. All right, she is the best Joshi in 2025, heading into 2026, and that is the leader of Hate, Saya Kamatani. Alright, and she's going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed IWGP Women's Champion, the leader of God's Eye, Suri. You're looking at two of Stardom's very best. They go out there and they go to work. Alright, now this could have been a 50-50, but heading into the match, I was leaning more towards Suri. I don't know, for some reason, I just felt like this was Suri's moment. Like, she has to win. So we fast forward to the finish. Right, Suri hits that Suri's world. It's kind of like a combination, like an Emerald Flosion with the One Wicked Angel. Right, to Saya for the 1, 2, 3, and no, New Japan Strong Women's Champion Suri. Right, 2-belt Suri doing her thing. Good fucking match. I know they were only given like 12 minutes to do their thing, and which they did. All right, so hey, no complaints here. All right, White Woman went over. All right, Saya still her. All right, still has a red belt for now. So we'll see how things play out. All right, but we move on to the next match, and this was a 10-man tag team match. All right, got the unaffiliated, or as I like to call them, the Los Ingobernables Bullet Club, War Dogs. You have Hiromu Takahashi, Drilla Maloney, Gabe Kidd, David Finlay, and Shingo Takagi. All right, going up against the United Empires, Callum Newman, Great Khan, Hanari making his return. He was injured for like, what, almost like a year? Followed by 2 more returns. You have one being Andrade El Idolo coming through. And I did not anticipate this man coming back. All right, because I had it, I was going for the unaffiliated to win here. Right, but then I see this man come out. I'm like, oh shit. That's like, yeah, they're winning. And that's Jake Lee making his return. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. All right, I did not anticipate this. All right, this was a good match. I enjoyed it. All right, but we fast forward to the finish. Jake Lee hits the FBS, aka the face break smash, to I think it was Hiromu for the 1, 2, 3. United Empire goes over. After the match, we see some random hoodlum attacking Hiromu. You know, they're like, who the hell is this? You can already tell who it is, but in case you didn't know, this is Francesco Akira. So as you see, we have all the members of United Empire. Got Great Khan, got Jacob Austin Young, got Jake Lee, got Calvin Newman, got Hanari, got Francesco Akira, and we have Andrade El Idolo. So there it is. We then move on to the next match, which is a fatal 4-way to determine who is going to be the #1 contender for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We have the champion coming out himself, Doki. Alright, he was like, listen, I'm going to wrestle because I don't want to overshadow Tanahashi's retirement. No, you're welcome. Right, but we're about to begin the Doki Games. So let it sink in. We have Kozai Fujita coming out. It was my pick to win. This man's been ready for that belt, or he's been ready since last year. All right, but we'll get to it here in a little bit. All right, next is Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori. All right, after that is El Desperado, and last but not least is Show from House of Torture. All right, it was a good match up until the finish. All right, because there was interference with the tag team partners, and like people like Robbie Eagle was getting involved. I'm like, this dude's looking crazy. El Desperado hits the Pinche Loco to Show for the 1, 2, 3. The #1 contender is El Desperado. Now I get why they chose him, because they want to run back from last year, because I believe it was Doki that got injured off the botch. But still, I'm like, man, you kind of like pivot or deviate, you know what I mean? Change plans, you know what I mean? Like, hey, shit happens, you know what I mean? But I guess you want to have a defensive end to their feud. But Kozai should have won. Just straight up, Fujita was a man here that should have been #1 contender to go on to beat Doki, become the junior heavyweight champion. That's what should have happened. But it is what it is. What can you do? All right. What do I know? Doesn't matter what I say. I end up pissing off somebody. I say something that ends up triggering somebody. All right. So fuck it. All right. Moving on to the next match. And that's for the Never Openweight Championship. Where we have Mr. Aaron Wolf making his debut here. The crowd was completely behind this man. Right. And the whole premise of this match was evil. Was like, if you lose, you had to become a young lion. Aaron Wolf said, "Say wham." Oh yeah, bet. came out looking like a young lion any fucking way. Alright? He's going against the reigning, defending, undisputed, never openweight champion, Evil! I like Evil. At first I didn't, but then I realized, I'm like, this guy is a genius. Alright? This dude knows his role and he plays it to a T. He's just a heat magnet. Right? Knows exactly what to do to get the crowd to boo him. Alright? And I like his antics throughout the match. Right? You have House of Torture getting involved. You have Sonata. What the hell was Sonata wearing? He borrowed Seth Rollins' boots. Right? Those are the real lemon pepper steppers right there. Those fucking boots. Right? With some fishnet fucking crop top blouse that he was wearing. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was wearing. Who told him that was a good idea? My goodness. Right? So yeah, House of Torture got involved. This part made me laugh when the Evil, he did the bada bada swing bada bada. Does the chair spot right, looks, hit a home run, grand slam out that bitch. Right? And he looks in the camera and says, perfect. That's what a heel does. Right? House of Torture gets involved more. Right? Aaron Wolf tried to fight him off doing like the judo throws and shit like that, but the numbers advantage was too much. But even so, he fought back, lock in this little kind of like leg scissors, like chokehold, basically. I don't know the name of the submission. Locks it in, puts Evil to sleep. Referee stops the match, and no, never openweight champion, Mr. Aaron Wolf. Right, in his first match in New Japan, wins the never openweight championship. Crowd's completely behind him. This is how you make your presence felt. You understand? New Japan needs to build new stars after fucking AEW ransacked their fucking company, season all their top guys. Alright, this is what they need to do. So, Aaron Wolf, they're clearly behind him. He's 100% in for New Japan. So, hey, right call. Man, big ups to the Evil, because apparently, I don't know if he's going to resign. I guess there's talks that he might leave New Japan as well. So, I don't know. And if he does, he's sure as fucking going to AEW. That's stupid. Why would he do that? If anything, he would just go to Noah with Naito and Bushi. And I don't blame him if he does. But I don't see him leaving. But then again, never say never. Alright. We move on to easily, in my opinion, the match of the night. Right, the match that I was arguably looking forward to the most. Alright. That's for both the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship and for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. We have the reigning, defending, undisputed IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Gene Blast, Yoda Tsuji. And he's going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita. Right? And let me tell you real quick, his fucking DDT theme song is so fucking good. Like when I was playing 2K23, because I didn't get 2K25 yet, because I'm waiting for that bitch to be like 95% off before I buy it. Right? I downloaded this song and then modded it for his Titantron. Right? Because it's too good. It's too fucking good. Like, way better than that garbage that he has in AEW. That's for damn sure. Like, I don't know why he's not allowed to play it in AEW. I guess he doesn't have the rights to it, whatever. It's stupid, but it is what it is. It just, I love that song. Like, it's so good. But this match, in my humble opinion, is a match of the year contender. All right, these two went at it. All right, hard hitting, back and forth. All right, like these two. Oh, and real quick, Konosuke did shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura with the armband on his, I think his left arm, right? Because Shinsuke couldn't be there, which sucks. You know, we'll get to that later on. But yeah, he said shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, he had him there in spirit, right? But yeah, this match was excellent. You know what? I'll even give it a superb, for sure, absolutely. Right, like we're gonna fast forward to the finish, right? Tsuji hits a nasty, and I do mean a nasty, Gene Blast to Konosuke. He speared the fuck out of him. Like, that shit looked nasty. Then locks in the Boston Crab. Konosuke tried to fight out of it, but he had that bitch locked in. He had no choice but to tap out, right? And, new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Gene Blast, Yoda Tsuji. Congratulations, the man finally did it. The right man went over it, and I'm like, listen, Konosuke is still the alpha, alright? But Tsuji had to win. Tsuji even said himself, he was like, Konosuke, I knew you were formidable, and I bring out my best because there was no way I could bear the fact of me losing here tonight against you. Alright. Now, Konosuke gave him the nod, he walked away. Tsuji then talked to the crowd. He was saying how I grew up in this ring. You know, I am New Japan Wrestling. I bleed for this business, for this company, for this sport. Right? New Japan's best pro wrestling company on the planet. Right? I am the global champion, and now I am the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And before he could finish, he gets smacked right upside the head by Jake Lee. Crowd instantly boos. Right? So obviously they're establishing Jake Lee as one of the top heels in New Japan. It's a good choice, right? Like, I'm assuming they're going with Jake Lee until Shota's ready, because right now Shota is still a babyface, right? I see him earlier. I'm like, Shota looks like he's still ready for that belt. Like, I didn't forget about Yumino, all right? He's still one of the guys that you need to build up to be the future here in New Japan, all right? But for right now, we're going with Jake Lee, going after Yoda Tsuji, so I respect it. Once again, big ups to Mr. Gene Blast himself, all right? And he stood on business. He said, if I win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, I'm bringing back the old title. And that's exactly what the fuck he did at New Year's Dash, all right? And I don't know if I have enough time to break down New Year's Dash. I might just do a community post in regards to it, but I'll have to see, all right? Got a lot going on this week, all right? But that leads us to the main event. The ace of New Japan's final match, Hiroshi Tanahashi, right? Because we have the Rainmaker, which I forgot he's still the unified champion in AEW, Kazuchika Okada. And two things, all right? I miss his old theme song, and two, missed opportunity with the money raining down from the rafters, you know what I mean? Like, that was part of his entrance, man. That was part, literally, that's why they call him the Rainmaker, because he made it rain. With the Okada ones, you know what I mean? The Okada pesos, the dinero, whatever you want to call it, all right? But it is what it is. He's going against the man in New Japan, ace himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, real quick, because kind of like a full circle moment here, because I remember the first Wrestle Kingdom I've watched was Wrestle Kingdom 7. That was back in 2013, because I remember started watching New Japan consistently around 2012, like mid-2012, right? So the first Wrestle Kingdom I remember was Wrestle Kingdom 7, especially that main event, because it was Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kazuchika Okada. When Okada, they were trying to make it seem like he was a man. The next big thing in New Japan, you had Tanahashi, who was a champion, who was one of the individuals that helped save New Japan when they had their down period, right? And I remember that match, and I was like, I wanted Tanahashi to win, and he did. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't hate Okada, but he was never my favorite, right? Like, I like Tanahashi more than I do Okada, right? It's like, for this match in particular, like, as much as I wanted Tanahashi to win in his last match, I already knew off rip, like, he chose Okada because he wanted to put him over on his way out. It took Tanahashi retiring to bring back the Rainmaker to New Japan, all right, here in 2026. Crazy. Crazy how time flies, but We get the match. Was this the best match that they had together? No. I would say it was more because I know I see parallels to this match with Cena versus AJ. How they're paying homage to like their rivals, because you had like Tanahashi hitting the Bumaye knee, which was crazy. Like he did the whole taunt and everything. Like that was cool. And then you have Okada hitting the El Destino, right? Kinda, sorta, right? But he did the shutout. He did the LIJ salute. Or my bad, they go by Los Tranquilos de Japón. Alright, so what? LTJ. There you go. Alright. Big ups to Naito. Alright. But there was Rainmakers, there was high five flows, dragon suplexes, dragon screws. You know, they brought out their good stuff. Alright, but we fast forward to the finish. Alright, we get one last pan out with the camera as the Rainmaker hits that pose, setting up the Rainmaker one last time for the 1, 2, 3. Kazuchika Okada goes over. And they win about, like, over half an hour, I believe, in Tanahashi's last match. Right afterwards, Okada grabs the mic. He says, Tanahashi, I know you're tired, so I'm gonna keep it brief. I just wanted to say thank you. And he drops the mic, walks away. Right. The ceremony begins. I'm assuming that some of the New Japan executives coming through, giving flowers to Tanahashi. We then have the first surprise guest here. The Switchblade, Jay Caucasian, got a nice pop. I was like, oh shit. Like, it's kind of funny. It's like he could, I know people want him to show up at, what the fuck was it? World's End? But nah, he showed up here. Smart move. I don't blame him. Right? Because Tanahashi was a mentor for Jay, so I get it, makes sense. Next, we have Will Ospreay Bruv coming through, giving Tanahashi his flowers. All right. Next was the Golden Lovers, right? Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, who limped his way down that big ass ramp into that ring, and I felt bad. I'm like, I've been there. Like, I know how I feel with to fucking walk with a limp. It's not fun. That shit sucks. All right. We then see Katsuyori Shibata coming through, gets a huge pop because this man is banned from wrestling in New Japan, so it was crazy to see him. All right. Tanahashi was crying. All right. When Shibata comes through, takes his shirt off, starts chopping Tanahashi, and then they hug and embrace. Tanahashi's trying to do his best to keep his composure, right? But he was crying pretty much the entire time, or throughout the ceremony, right? Next, we see the Great Muta, aka Genji Muto, paying his respects, followed by Tatsumi Fujinami, paying his respects to the OGs when it comes to Japanese wrestling. Cool to see. We get the photo op with Tanahashi's friends and rivals. You know, obviously the person missing was Shinsuke Nakamura, but I don't think he was allowed to be there. I mean, like, if he could, he would. We already know that, but it sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Well, we do get a surprise appearance from my favorite, Tetsuya Naito, the leader of Los Tranquilos de Japón. Right? Bushi comes out, and then Naito comes out, takes his sweet ass time. Like, this man took like a smooth 15 minutes to walk his happy ass down to that ring, right? Pays the respects to Tanahashi. And then they do the LIJ pose together. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, that was dope. Because I like, never would I ever imagine Tanahashi ever doing that. But he did it here. It was cool. And then for some reason, Naito spit in his face and walked away. And then you see Hiroshi's like, you son of a bitch. He addresses the crowd, thanks to the crowd for their support for all these years. All right. Plays the air guitar, Jimi Hendrix style, like a couple times. Gets the crowd to do the wave. They give him 10 bout salute. He goes around the entire Tokyo Dome with the Young Lions carrying him. You got Aaron Wolf and Oleg Bolton and all the other Young Lions carrying him around the arena. You know, because you got all the fans, you got grandmas, kids crying. Like, I understand the emotions were at an all-time high because this is Tanahashi here. This is it. This is his last fucking match. All right. You know, he goes to the stage, says his final goodbye, and that's it. And then they play like pretty much a video package of his entire career in New Japan, and that's how it's done. I mean, he deserves it. He deserves all the love and praise that he got, and then some. All right, he is a man, Tanahashi. Now, did I get emotional? No, I'm not gonna lie. All right, but the last time something related to wrestling had me feeling some type of way was Jay Briscoe's passing. All right, that kind of fucked me up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm like, it was one of those like, it was surreal. Like no way. I mean, like you, like Jay Briscoe, like no, that can't be. Like that's fake news, but it was legit. I'm like, I just remember being just down, like, cause there's not many wrestlers that I want to meet in person, but he was one of them. You know, like I didn't get to meet Scott Hall, I didn't get to meet Jay Briscoe. Now I did get to meet Mark. All right, even though he was with his family, and that man has a shitload of kids. God, my goodness. All right, so I didn't want to disturb him, but I'm like, it was still a surreal moment. I was like, holy shit, it's Mark Briscoe. That wasn't the time nor the place to shake the man's hand and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's a small world. Like, it was meant to be. I'll see him again down the road. I've seen plenty of wrestlers in person, like Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy, Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, Eric Young, The Pope, Rosemary, Rebel. You know, prayers to Rebel, because I heard she was dealing with cancer, if I'm not mistaken. I know she's sick, so prayers for Rebel. All right, Crimson, a bunch of wrestlers that I met. Kevin Nash. So even though I wanted to meet him, but he was only for VIPs. He said, "Fuck general admission." Like, I don't get paid for that. So I'm like, yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot, Big Kev, but I digress. But before I head out, I just want to say thank you, big ups to Hiroshi Tanahashi for all your sacrifice, all the years of busting your ass for New Japan Pro Wrestling, for it to be where it's at today. Like, forever grateful for the wear and tear that you put on your body. I might do a best of video for Tanahashi, going over like some of my favorite matches of his throughout his career. I'm not going to do it here because I've already been here for too long. All right, I am done. That's all I got to say about this shite. Overall, I enjoyed Wrestle Kingdom 20. That was good. And I see the criticism of Wrestle Kingdom 20 being mid, which I disagree. I'm like, to me, this was them trying to rebuild, right? Paying homage to Tanahashi and then trying to go in the right direction for the future. Building new stars, new main eventers that's going to carry this company for years to come. Did they smash it out of the park? No, absolutely not. But it could have been worse. All right. So, for what it's worth, I enjoyed it. All right. And once again, thank you to Hiroshi Tanahashi. You are forever the ace, the true ace of New Japan. All right. And with that said, I wish none of you guys' time. So, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Especially in this new year. It's going to be another crazy year. Alright. But take things one day at a time. That's all you can do. Till then, adios.